What's up, guys? True Crime King. How we doing this morning? So we just saw that was Andrew Tate and his brother. I guess being transferred somewhere, and they have been arrested in Romania on apparently some human smuggling or some sex trafficking charges. Some people say that they're made up. Some people say that he's doing it. There's a lot of opinions going out there. So we're going to take a look and see what Long Crime has to say about it. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. And here we go.
We have an update for you on Andrew Tate. One of the biggest questions that we focused upon is why are Tate and his brother Tristan continue to be locked up in Romania? Give you a brief reset here. We know that the social media star and former kickboxer, his brother, and two others were arrested in late December on human trafficking and rape charges.
Human trafficking and rape charges. So, yeah, these are some serious charges, right? Most people either love Andrew Tate or they hate him. I mean, he says things, I guess, that make a lot of people mad and that a lot of people agree with. So, I'm not going to say how I feel one way or the other.
Prosecutors allege the defendants, quote, created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialized websites for a cost. They described how there are six alleged victims who were sexually exploited, and that, quote, an injured person was forced on two different occasions by a suspect through the exercise of physical violence and psychological pressure to have sexual relations.
Wow. Yeah, I will say it is weird that they're living in Romania, right? I think that Andrew has said before that he knows that Romanian cops are corrupt. I think that's why he moved there, because he's got a lot of money, right? So he thought he could just wave his money around and not, face any legal repercussions. But apparently that's not working, right?
Now, when Andrew and Tristan were arrested at the end of December, a judge had granted prosecutors' request to extend their detention by 30 days. The brothers appealed, it was denied, and most recently, as we reported here on Sidebar, the judge extended that detention another 30 days to February 27th. So we were trying to understand why. Well, now the judge is explaining why. Let me bring back in Romanian lawyer Stefan Loredan, who is our expert on this matter. Stefan, it's great to have you here. I'm going to get right into it. So the judge issues a written statement.
Real quick, Tate has been in a solitary confinement. He's been sending out tweets, saying that he's by himself. It's real quiet, and amongst other things. So I kind of feel bad for the guy, solitary confinement, it's pretty bad, right? You don't speak to anybody, you don't have any human interaction, and this guy he's used to tons and tons of human interaction because he's got all kinds of money, right? So it's probably a big shocker to him, a big change in his life. So he's got to be strong. Got to be strong to get through this, right?
And what he describes is, quote, the particular dangerousness of Andrew Tate and Tristan in terms of their ability to target women. One quote is their capacity and effort to exercise permanent psychological control over the victims.
Yeah, it's not like Andrew Tate is like some real good-looking guy, right? He just got a lot of money, which if you have money, women are gonna want to come to you no matter how you look because you got money, right?
Including by resorting to constant acts of violence. Judge considers them to be the culprits rather than the traffickers who obtain huge profits from exploiting them, and then outlined some of the behavior like the lover boy method, which we talked about as a way to entice women. What did you make of the statement from the judge?
So this is actually not the statement that the judge has made. It's actually the statement that the prosecutor has made with his request of extending the arrest for 30 days, with which of course the judge accepted, and he agreed with, since he accepted the prosecutor's request for the 30 days extension.
So let me get this straight. This is not the judge's words. This is the prosecutor's words that the judge okayed and signed off on.
Exactly. This is the prosecutor's argument for why he requested from the judge the extension of 30 days. And he had two main points. This is the first one that you just spoken about, you told us about. And the second one will be that they present like a flight risk, escaping the country. And
Well, yeah, the judge is right, or the prosecutor's right about that. They're definitely a flight risk, right? When you cut millions and millions of dollars, you can pay just about anybody to get you out of the country, right?
The prosecutor actually showed the judge a video where Andrew Tate says that he has 19 passports and he owns citizenship in Nigeria, in Estonia.
Yeah, but see, and some of the things that Andrew said himself are coming back to bite him. Like he should have bragged about 19 passports and all kinds of shit like that, because now they can hold him because his own words are saying that he's a flight risk, right? If he's got all them passports.
In UK, in USA, right? So that's it.
Here's my concern. I'm looking at this, and correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't the statement say that prosecutors hadn't fully clarified the facts of the case, but in the statement it did not eliminate, quote, a reasonable suspicion that the defendants had committed the crimes?
You can tell, look at his beard. I mean, usually he's clean shaven, right? So I guess he hasn't been able to shave in jail. Definitely getting scruffy.
They were being investigated for, because from an outside perspective, right, Andrew Tate has said they're just being locked up while they looked for evidence. If I'm reading this statement, there's a lot of allegations, but to see that the prosecutors haven't fully articulated what the facts are, that makes me nervous. Am I looking at it the wrong way?
No, you are definitely not looking at the wrong way. What you also need to understand is that the prosecutor might actually have a lot of evidence that he's holding back, and he only presented a few of them, which was enough so far to be able to put them on arrest for 60 days and to ask for a 2 extension time, so 30 days one time.
Yeah, the prosecutor, he doesn't have to, present all his evidence to, hold him longer. He just has to present enough evidence to make the judge, accept that he needs to be held longer, right? I'm sure they have more evidence, and I don't know what evidence they have because they haven't said it, right? But I want to wait and see till when the trial, or whether they take a plea deal, until this is resolved before I make my official judgment on Andrew Tate.
And then an extension of 30 days. But he might actually have a lot of evidence. I would also add to that the fact that he has ongoing investigation and he's going on multiple levels in terms of trying to gather further evidence. We spoke about the fact that he ordered multiple rides in different locations in Romania, locations that are owned by Tate brothers, and then other locations which were supposedly owned by some of their business partners, right? Which means that there's a lot of more evidence on the way, if you will.
But prosecutors have to show something new every 30 days to justify the continued detention?
Yes, actually they have to show new evidence, or they need to prove that if they are going to be set free, it would be a threat for the investigation, which he did in the second time.
And just clarify what you mean by that, because on our last talk, you had said that the judge could keep extending this for 180 days until maybe the trial starts. Ow. What did you just mean by that? In terms of that justification by the prosecutors?
Yeah, so the prosecutor has to bring new evidence, just like we discussed, right? Or he has to prove the fact that putting the suspects into freedom would lead to the investigation being affected, right? And in this case, you see, because in this case, he argued the fact that if they're going to be set free, they're either going to flee the country or exercise control and psychological pressure on the victim and influence their statements.
See, it's just so. Yes, I can see that.
This is what I believe. I think he's going to be held until trial, because number one, he's got all that money, and he could try and influence, the victims, right? He might not, but he could, and he could just flee the country and say "fuck you, Romania" and never come back, right? So, me personally, I don't think the judge is gonna let him out until trial. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
In the United States, that's one of the considerations. Flight risk. There's also, there could be an order put in place that you cannot step in a certain amount of feet within alleged victim. You have to cease all contact. It wouldn't necessarily be a grounds to keep someone detained. It's just a little different. I am curious, though, is there something in this statement that says the reason they're locked up as well is due to social tensions and the public order? Because a lot of people have thoughts on this. What does that mean? That they're I don't know what that meant.
100%. In fact, if you remember, the first judge that accepted the 30 days arrest period, he stated that one of the reasons why he accepts this arrest period is that because they are popular persons, and so there's a lot of social media presence and news media presence and eyeballs on the case, and setting them free will create social insecurity.
Yeah, if they let him free, right, then he's gonna go on all these platforms and talk about how jail was, and talk about their case, and it's gonna create a whole bunch of shit. He could tell people to go protest. He could do all kinds of stuff, right, that would just cause all kinds of headaches for the police, right? So I don't think that's another reason why I think he's going to be staying in jail. That's really all the information that you need to hear from this video. Let me know what you guys think about Andrew Tate, and anything you want to talk about down in the comments. If you liked it, hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, guys, True Crime King, out.